If you are in need of some serious decluttering, organizing, motivation, you've come to the right place. If you're new here, my name is Andrea and I make videos all about crafting and home decor DIYs. My craft room is currently in major need of a serious overhaul when it comes to organization. So today I'm going to be clearing the whole thing out, showing you all of the craft supplies that I have, and emptying out the entire room to start from scratch. This will be a multi-part series, so make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss out on all the other organization videos. Now let's go to the craft room. This is what we are starting with. My craft room slash office is this small den that is pretty much open on one side. And I was recently taking inventory of everything I have, which is why things are a little bit all over the place here. But I have a kitchen cart on one side along with my table I do my crafting and filming on. And I have a pegboard above that with some Cricut supplies. There's my cat wondering what is going on in here. And the rest of the room, and over here I have a couple of shelves where I have a Cricut and then some previous DIYs on display. Below that is where the majority of all the craft supplies are. I have some plastic bins that have all of my ribbon, Christmas craft supplies, just everything all over the place. So the first task is going to be clearing this room out. Starting with this corner over here, I have my tripod I use to film my videos. This is one of my big softbox lights. This is the pillow my cat likes to sleep on in this office when it's not covered with craft supplies. Here is my Cricut heat press. Then I have this Rubbermaid bin that has a couple boxes and plastic organizers in it, along with a reusable shopping bag, this vest that is in here for a very unknown reason. And then at one point, the theme of this box was some Christmas supplies. So you can see at the bottom here, that's what the majority of it is. I have this white Christmas tree I made for a DIY a long time ago. I still love how that turned out. Then I have this Christmas wood mason jar, and then a bunch of these jars I painted and decorated. I have a whole video on Christmas jars. This is a throwback, this little gnome I made. Then to the side of this Rubbermaid bin, I have a bunch of paper and cardstock. I also have some random yarn and some Christmas ornaments. To start with, I think I need to get everything off the floor and out of this room. I have a bunch of these Dollar Tree calendars on the ground here. So I'm picking those up and putting them into the Rubbermaid bin, along with some Christmassy stamps, scrapbook paper, lots of cardstock, and construction paper. And I'm getting all of it off the floor and into the Rubbermaid bin. I'm not super worried about keeping a lot of this organized right now. I just need to clear it out. Like, why do I have my toddler's sand bucket in my craft room? Nobody knows. More cardstock. Moving to the center of the room, this looks very overwhelming and definitely felt overwhelming in the moment. But I have a trash bag beside me and every time I pick something up, I'm trying to put it in a bin or throw it in the garbage. I'm finding some ribbon on the floor along with a Christmas wreath. This is a happy birthday banner I made with my Cricut out of felt. There is a box full of some Christmas gift bags at the back of the room here. This bin has a fall theme. I did have all of my fall craft supplies in here at one point. I had taken a bunch of them out when I was trying to see everything that I have. So now I'm putting it all back in. I have lots of fall and Halloween ribbon, deco mesh, and lots of different craft supplies. I also have some completed wreaths that I've made over the years. I like to save some to put up year after year, and then other ones I take apart and reuse the craft supplies. This was a Halloween yardstick swag that I made that I loved. Turned out so good, but it's very big and hard to store. This is a grocery bag full of fall florals. I also have lots of wreath forms that can be hard to store. It's not looking like we're making a lot of progress yet, but we will get there. I'm picking up every random thing I find. Right now I have a lot of Christmas ornaments and florals, more yarn, and I'm putting everything into this reusable bag. I find this is definitely the hardest part of organizing and cleaning. When it gets to this point, it's just so difficult to reset everything to the point where you feel like you can organize it properly. And for me, this was a multi-day process because I was just trying to get in as much as I could during my toddler's nap times. So that's why I'm really trying to go quickly here and stuff everything I can into bags and bins and just get it out of here so I can see the clean slate that I'm dealing with. And as I'm filling up these bags and taking them out of the room, it gets easier and easier because when you come back in, it doesn't look quite as overwhelming. I'm filling up this bag with some Christmas ornaments, greenery, a Dollar Tree Christmas tree, and some ribbon. Then again, I'm throwing things in the garbage as I find them. Another Dollar Tree Christmas tree, some pipe cleaners, tinsel, more garbage. And then I'm carrying this bag along with the bag of fall florals out of the room. Yarn is one of those really annoying things though that gets so tangled on everything. Drives me nuts. Some things I am putting back in the proper drawers of my plastic drawers there, like my hot glue gun. I have a drawer that is for glue, so I wanted to keep those categories together if I could. I will be emptying out all those drawers in a little bit, but certain things like that I know have a proper place, I am putting back in at this stage of the cleaning process. And look, I found a sweater that I totally thought I had lost. Benefits of cleaning and organizing. I'm moving a little bit more towards the back of the room now, filling up another big reusable grocery bag. I'm finding some greenery, cardstock, transfer paper, some Dollar Tree signs, Halloween ribbon. I'm finding some more fall items that didn't fit in the initial fall bin, such as some ribbons, wreath forms, and florals. So I'm stuffing them into these bags, then carrying them out. You can already see some of the floor is starting to be visible. We are making progress here. And of course, make sure to have that trash bag. If you pick up something that you are willing to throw away or that is trash, get rid of it immediately. I try to only touch everything once, so I'm putting it in a bag or throwing it away. This is a pile of Dollar Tree signs I'm adding to the bag. Then I'm clearing off my chair here, which has a couple of random things, like some Christmas greenery and a piece of felt. More felt underneath the chair, along with some Christmassy napkins. I'm moving my printer up on the chair just for right now so I can see what else is down here. The majority of which are more Dollar Tree signs and some cardstock, some of which I can throw out, little bits of garbage, the mat for my Cricut heat press, more Dollar Tree signs, and I'm taking all of this out of here. I'm now clearing away some of the bins that were in front of the kitchen cart there. These bins have some picture frames, mason jars, a wreath, cardstock, In the next bin, I have the bag for my tripod, this fall wreath I made, a wire wreath form, and some Dollar Tree signs. And I'm carrying all that out of here. Then moving over to the other side of the room, I'm carrying out this big bin that was full of Christmas decorations and all the other random stuff. Now I'm stacking up all of these pieces of cardstock and felt and construction paper. I never realized how much cardstock and felt I had before doing all of this, so that is good to know. And if you have any tips on organizing paper, let me know. I'm also gathering up some of the loose ends on the floor there, then taking them out. Moving over to my plastic drawers. The top drawer is my Christmas ribbon drawer, which you can see is overflowing, and you can't actually tell what any of the ribbon colors are. It's layered a couple deep, and then the ribbons in the very back, I just can't see at all. There's also some deco mesh at the bottom there, and it's basically just chaos. It's very hard to open and close this drawer, and this ribbon storage is definitely not working. The next drawer down is supposed to be my red-themed Christmas craft drawer. So I have these pink and red trees, some red poinsettias, lots of different red berries, big ones and small ones, these little mini Christmas bows. And the next drawer is supposed to be the green and silver drawer. You can see some red ornaments snuck down there, but I have these silver ornaments, some white deco mesh, these white snowballs, some green felt trees, a big white Christmas bell, white Christmas star snowflake things. I also have some wood pieces and different gold decorations as well. These little wooden snowflakes from Dollar Tree. These little green Christmas trees. This white berry garland. This sparkly blue and silver snowflake. Kind of random, but basically all the Christmas decorations that are not red. This drawer is the red florals theme, aside from this red deco mesh, which should be in the other drawer. But most everything in here is greenery, florals, and picks that have a overall red theme with red berries or large red flowers. But it's really hard to see what's in here because it's stuffed pretty full. You can see I can barely close it. The next drawer down is focusing on just greenery with white accents. So I have a lot of these pine picks and greenery with the white berries. I also have these gold leaves and lots of other Christmassy greenery. Clearly, it's very hard to see everything that's in here and is way too jam-packed. Moving over to the next set of drawers. At one point, I haphazardly painted some of the fronts of the drawers white because I wanted to see what it would look like if I properly painted the whole thing white. I didn't really like it, so I never finished that job. But I did label some of the drawers to say what's inside, including this top drawer, which has all my tape and glue. So I have some packing tape, my hot glue gun, Mod Podge, Scotch tape, and all of my glue sticks for the glue gun. The next drawer is for pipe cleaners, wood sticks, wood rings, and coasters. As you can see, it's kind of an explosion of pipe cleaners. If you have any tips on keeping pipe cleaners organized, please let me know. I have lots of these random wood sticks that I never really know what to do with. Those flat ones I had gotten for a DIY that didn't really work out. I also have lots of these small craft sticks, which come in handy sometimes. And I have these mason jar lids and some random origami paper. I really couldn't tell you why that's in there. Moving on, the next drawer is for ribbon, rope, twine, felt, and Jenga blocks. It is so hard to keep twine and yarn and everything like that wound up, it always comes undone and gets so tangled. I have this pretty burlap and lace ribbon. Hello. Winnie's like, what are you doing? You need help. These are the sticks I use for cake toppers, this random roll of felt, some burlap trim, this twine, and then all of these tumbling tower Jenga blocks from Dollar Tree and the larger ones from Dollarama. Next, this drawer is labeled rocks, mini signs, glitter, moss, and wood beads. And the first thing on top here is brightly colored pom-poms, which were not on that list. Here's a bag of Spanish moss. I have various sizes of styrofoam balls, a large bag of wood beads, some more craft sticks, decorative rocks, and random little wood pieces like this bell, and these mini tin buckets. More glue sticks. Oh, nope, that's just an empty glue stick bag. That's why we have the garbage bag beside us. Why are these Easter eggs in here? Could not tell you. They kind of look like the styrofoam balls though, so, it's vaguely on theme. These little wood pieces like this, I feel like are so useful, but I also hang on to them not really knowing what to do with them. So if you see any craft supplies along the way that you have any ideas for me on what to do with, please let me know. Lastly, we have a drawer with ribbon and deco mesh. I believe this started out as an Easter-themed drawer, as you will kind of see here, although that is more fall-themed deco mesh on top there. But a lot of this ribbon is springy, Eastery colors. Ribbon with some eggs, and then the string of colorful styrofoam eggs over there, and then some little sheets of sandpaper. Oh, and some gold vase filler. Very random. Over here is a metal cart I have from Michaels. My original thought was to have current craft supplies I'm working on here for easy access, but it didn't really work out that way. This is a box of kids paint. This is my bullet journal. If any of you have been around since my bullet journaling days, I used to make lots of bullet journaling videos. This was so fun. Oh, I loved this fruit theme so much. The bees. I just do not have time for bullet journaling anymore. It doesn't really work in my life at this moment, but it was so fun. Let's see what we can find on here. I have a glue stick, a roll of burlap. Oh, this cute little tumbler I made for a video a few years ago. That was so fun. I think that is from a Dollar Tree sign. Ooh, some Christmassy gold ribbon, styrofoam ball, red deco mesh. Oh, this rainbow I made with yarn. Love how this turned out so much. That was so much fun to make. I made it as a TikTok for Michaels. Oh, this is... I was going to get into embroidery at one point. Is that what this is? Embroidery? Cross stitch? I cannot remember, but it didn't last. Some sheets of felt, lots of felt, printer paper, and various sheets of cardstock and felt. Bright green yarn. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Then I have some plastic bins for organizing. These little Velcro pieces. Oh, I used these for my toddler's Halloween costume this last year. On the side here, I have some Cricut tools, paintbrushes, clamps, and I believe these rings are from an IKEA curtain that I no longer use, so I probably don't need those anymore. Oh, this is the sign that little piece was from, we found earlier. These little pencil cases are so cute. They're from Dollar Tree. They're metal. I used to use these all the time for organizing my markers for bullet journaling. I have this container here that is full of all of these magnets that go with a kid's calendar thing that you'll see in a minute here. These are some kids' magnets. A puzzle. Oh no, we are missing one piece. Keep an eye out for the corner of the boat. This I love to use to protect my table when I'm painting. It is so useful. I have some Easter stickers. This is Crayola air dry clay. I used these to make Christmas ornaments one time. I'm not sure if the clay is still good. I will have to check on that, but if it is, let me know any ideas I can use for it. I have a bunch of Easter kind of decorations down here, like the carrots and those plastic eggs. I also have a lot of Easter cards I got from Dollar Tree because I thought they were so pretty to use for DIYs. Like, how beautiful are these cards? I love them. Some tissue paper, flour, another little carrot, Easter eggs, Cricut scissors. Oh, this is a plastic tablecloth. I got that for a DIY, but I can't remember what the DIY was. These pineapple napkins, more little carrots. For the bottom section of this cart, it's mostly electronic. I have one of my cameras down here. This is the microphone I use for when I'm filming like a face-to-face video, a random piece of deco mesh. This is my mini Cricut heat press, little sticky notes, which I don't really use, so can probably get rid of. A pencil case with pens and pencils in it. Some iron-on adhesive. I think I was going to use this for a Halloween costume, but didn't end up needing it. That's the kind of thing where I'm like, do I keep it? Do I get rid of it? Let me know. And then lots of random cords down here. My electric pencil sharpener. And then all this stuff is kind of boring, really random. Various cords, USB sticks, batteries, all that kind of thing. I need to figure out which of these things I actually need to keep, what I can get rid of, and the best way to store small electronics like this. This is the phone mount I use for filming some videos. It does work. It's a little annoying. It's very stiff, so it's hard to maneuver it exactly how you want it. This is the shelf that was above the kitchen cart. I have my Instax mini film along with my Instax mini camera, which I love so much. And then beside it here is all of my paint. I put in these little white bins. It does keep it mostly somewhat organized, but I do find it kind of hard to tell what all of the colors are. So I don't love that, but it's not a bad way to store the paint. Between here, I just have a little mount for my camera and various memory cards. Next to that, I have my pegboard, which I mostly use to organize Cricut tools and Cricut mats. I also have a bunch of spray paint. I feel like I used to use spray paint more, but the last few years I haven't really spray painted anything. So I think I might be able to just get rid of those. But I really like having these hooks to hang all of my Cricut tools and having the mats there. So I am going to keep this pegboard, probably reorganize it a little bit to make it even more useful. But I like having that there. Okay, over on the other side of the kitchen cart, I have my vinyl. I bought this vinyl storage thing from Amazon, which is double-sided. And I guess the command hook I used was not strong enough because the whole thing came crashing down one day. So definitely be careful with that. I do really like it because you can see all of the vinyl you had. What I did is had all of the adhesive vinyl on one side and the iron-on vinyl on the other side. So maybe I would only put the vinyl on one side and just buy two of these. I'm not totally sure yet, but yes, I think I will hang this up again just on a sturdier hook. We'll see. I tried having vinyl in drawers before and it just did not work for me. This is the overview of what the top of the kitchen cart is looking like. So it is time to clear that off. I have all kinds of random things on here, like the big light bulb I use for my softbox lights. I have lots of cardstock, so much cardstock, and construction paper. This is my big container I use to organize all of my markers. I love this container so much. It is so useful. I do need to go through and test all of these markers and make sure they actually all still work, because inevitably there'll be ones that are dried out and I can throw them in the garbage. I'm pretty much taking everything off the top of this kitchen cart and either putting it in a bag to take away to the other room to be organized later, or throwing it in the trash bag. I have so many beads from going to the Eras tour, so I need to figure out a way to organize these. And also, what are we doing with all of the leftover beads? Please let me know. This is my camera. I'm just putting it up there for safekeeping for now. I have lots of these dot stickers I use for toddler activities. Construction paper. Some things, like I found a lip mask and some nail stickers. I'm taking those straight to the bathroom where they belong. This is a container of beads that does not close very well, so I'm putting it up on the shelf for now because I don't want all of the beads to come spilling everywhere. One of my least favorite tasks in the world is cleaning paintbrushes. So I got that little jar thing to use to clean paintbrushes as I go. It's helped, but we're not quite there yet. This is a giant stack of cardstock I was using for the latest thing I was making with my Cricut. One of the things I have gotten kind of lazy with is not putting the plastic cover back on the Cricut mat after I use it, which is so annoying because then things get stuck to it. I'm hanging up those Cricut mats on my pegboard and clearing off this kitchen cart. I was kind of running out of bags and bins to load all my stuff into, so now I'm using a backpack. Now to show you the drawers of the kitchen cart, the actual horror. Drawers are just one of those things, they don't work for me. I cannot keep it organized. It's chaos. This is the other drawer, slightly better, but still not good. Time to empty these out. I have everything from crayons to a lint roller. I have these metal stamps from when I was going to be a metal stamper. A bunch of Distress Oxide ink pads. I did do a DIY video with those. It turned out so cool. I have some pencil grips I don't use, along with something from IKEA, a part of some kind, a random wheel, push pins for a bulletin board I do not have, jump rings for jewelry making, paint, a stapler, lots of random pens and pencils. We have friendship bracelets, random cords, pieces of garbage, batteries. Oh, this washi tape always comes undone and gets so tangled everywhere. Since I don't really bullet journal anymore, I'm just going to be putting this straight in the garbage, even though it is so beautiful, but you can't hang on to everything. Sometimes you just have to let it go. Carrying on, I have lots of paintbrushes. A toothbrush seems weird, but I do use that one for painting. An acrylic roller I used for clay at one point. Some more ink pads. 5,000 staples. I don't remember the last time I stapled something. Probably don't need 5,000 staples. As you can see, this was supposed to be my stationery drawer. I have dry erase markers for a whiteboard I do not have. As time goes on, I'm grabbing bigger handfuls and just chucking them into the bag. Sometimes it's good to be careful and deciding what you're going to keep and what not. And other times, you just have to clear out the drawer. Moving on to the next drawer, I have this bag with some random batteries and locks in it. Another bag that has some metal bracelet blanks, a fake candle, a mini Christmas tree, pens. What is the theme of this bag? I couldn't tell you. These are some necklaces. I thought I could use the beads at some point. My crochet hooks for when I learn how to crochet. This is the Sculpey Oven Bake Clay Adhesive. I wanted to get into making clay earrings at one point. This is my metal stamper. More push pins. Some double-sided mounting squares. These are useful for scrapbooking. This is my Sculpey clay I used to make the earrings. We have some washi tape, crochet stitch markers, 5,000 more staples. Wow. Okay, these are going straight in the trash. We're just going to keep one box, I think. This is my other set of metal stamps. Cord for my Cricut, a bracelet bender. I have a mini lint roller, a little bowl filled with gold and silver stars, which you can see are all over the bottom of the drawer now. I have this dimensional fabric paint. Oh, this is very cool. I used it to make like fake icing on gingerbread decorations one time, which was very fun. More washi tape. I got these plastic things from Amazon to try to organize drawers. I didn't like them. I didn't think they worked very well. Moving on to the inside of the kitchen cart. This is where I keep most of my wood signs and wreath forms. I also have some Dollar Tree calendars and a couple of shadow boxes. So let's go through all of this. To start with, I have a stack of birthday cards I need to organize and put in some kind of a memory box. If anyone has ideas on keeping things like this and how best to organize it, let me know. These are a couple of toy food boxes for my toddler's kitchen. I have a couple of shadow boxes. I used one of these in a DIY a couple years ago, which I really loved with Cricut paper flowers. And I want to do another shadow box representing when I went to the Eras tour. Let me know if you want to see that. This is a metal circle that I had made into like a macrame wall hanging, and that's what's left of it. Oh, this is a super cute tray I made with some rope, and I had painted the bottom. Next, I have a couple of little wood signs, including this window frame I used to make like a little nativity scene. This wood box I have painted so many times and made into so many different things. As you can see right here, one side is currently spring and the other side is Halloween. In here, I also have some glassware, including this. Actually, this one is plastic for those air plants. Is that what they were called? And then I have a couple of big Dollar Tree signs, including this really pretty one I made for Easter one year. I loved how this turned out. The other side is still Christmassy, where I had this nativity scene. I really loved that one as well. More things for the play kitchen and some glassware. Another Dollar Tree sign that I used both sides for. One is Thanksgiving themed, and then the other one is like a scrapbook-esque Valentine's sign. This is a sign I had displayed at my wedding more than 10 years ago. This is a Dollar Tree mop head, I believe. I can't remember what I was planning on doing with that. This is the remnants of an old DIY. This is a cute little Christmas ornament I made with a styrofoam ball and some twine. More of these little boxes. I had these stored away in here because he was just taking them apart so easily when I first gave it to him. So maybe when he's a little bit older, he'll understand a bit more. This is some kind of a sponge for painting. These are two stockings I made with a heat press. This one was a layered snowman, and this one had some pretty snowflakes on it. Oh, this is a little baby's hat that is in here for some reason. I have some more Dollar Tree signs. Again, this is one where I used both sides, as I often do. Cricut watercolor cards. I want to do more with these. These are really fun. Let me know if there's any specific kind of card you might want to see me do. On the rest of this shelf, are some more little glassware pieces. I'm not really sure what to do with these. I don't know if I'm going to keep them or not. I feel like they could be useful, but they also just take up a lot of space. More signs. I did a lot of Valentine's signs last year. So if you're looking for some Valentine's DIYs, check out the Valentine's playlist on my channel. This is a pile of Dollar Tree calendars. These are always fun to use in different crafts. These are some large white doilies. I used these one time to make these really cool 3D snowflakes. I haven't used them since. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them. I can't think of anything else to do with it right now. These are some Dollar Tree Christmas gift bags I thought were really cute that maybe I could use in some kind of a DIY. You could put them in a frame or cut them out and add them to something. Some sandpaper pieces and a rogue pencil. Moving on to the bottom shelf, this is where I have a lot of my wreath forms, including this really cute heart-shaped one. I have this large grapevine wreath. I recently got this at Michael's when they had a bunch of their stuff on sale. This one is a wreath form circle that is wrapped in some jute cord. This is a flat wreath ring I thought was pretty cool. This is a wreath I made last Christmas. And sometimes I keep the wreaths like this, or sometimes I take them apart and reuse different elements for different crafts. So we'll see what I end up doing with that. This is a wooden cross along with an egg wreath form. I think I have a couple of those. This is a little welcome wreath from Dollar Tree. This is a wooden Easter bunny. A wood round sign from Dollar Tree, another egg wreath form, and a mini circle one. This actually comes with 2 little circle wreaths. This is a big Christmassy, just plain green wreath from Michael's. This is my paper cutter, a pencil case, a little wood sign, along with a metal tray, a big heart wreath form I had covered in some rope, a bunch of notebooks. Then down here is a palette of watercolor paint. I have a few more wreath forms, including this big circle, another glass vase. This is a floral foam wreath form, I believe. Another egg wreath form. I'm not sure why I have so many of those. I don't think I've ever actually used one so far. This is the contact paper I use on my craft table as my background. A little inside scoop for you. This is the transfer paper I use. It is the Duck brand from Walmart. And I use this for all of my Cricut projects. This is packaging for Heat and Bond. I used that one time before I used my Cricut or my iron-on heat press or anything. So I don't think I need that anymore. That is my metal base for metal stamping. This is a sheet of metal I got to practice metal stamping on. That's the kind of thing where I feel like I should get rid of it because I don't metal stamp anymore. I have a wreath hanger and then a bunch of sheets of vinyl and a paintbrush. I moved the kitchen cart out of the room, and this is everything that was left behind and underneath it, including this pretty Christmas card and some craft glue. This glossy decoupage glue. This is the scarecrow hat I made for my toddler's Halloween costume last year. It looked so cute on. I have some green mini pom-poms, some tissue paper, and again, I just have my garbage bag right here ready to throw anything away that I come across. I have this shiny pinky red vinyl, some leftover wrapping paper. I have this canvas from Dollar Tree. This is some green deco mesh I used to make a sunflower wreath. It's very big, which is very annoying to store. So I either need to get rid of it or think of a lot more things to make with green mesh. This is my paint palette, which I honestly stopped trying to keep clean and just keep adding the layers of paint over top. Here is the floral wire I use. This one is from Michaels. Now I'm cleaning up the rest of the random things on the floor here. A bunch of little papers that can go in the garbage, some markers, little beads and berries, a baby spoon for some reason, my wire cutters that I always lose and desperately need to find a home for, and lots of tiny little Christmas decorations. And this is a cord for my Cricut machine. I have some printer paper, a scraper tool for the Cricut, and some twine, along with a little metal bucket. Now that that's all clear, I am moving on to my craft table. Obviously, it doesn't always look like this because I do use this table to make my DIYs, but it's been a while since I've done a craft and things just pile up. So I have this bag, which is not a trash bag. I'm just using it to move everything off the table. I have lots of paper and cardstock, a book I use to make toddler activities, my 10K sign I made, lots and lots of beads, ribbon, a couple of light bulbs for my softbox lights, some Cricut tools I'm hanging back up on my pegboard, some Ziploc sandwich bags. I was using these to try to organize the beads a bit, so it's not totally random that that's here, but I do need to put that back in the kitchen. Lots of paper, some deco mesh. That is my pink silicone mat for my hot glue gun. And then I also have my trash bag that I am just pushing all of the little bits into. This is the moment where it starts to feel like things are happening and it is looking better. I know when I first look at it, I'm thinking, this is too much, this is overwhelming, I don't want to do this, but this is when it becomes worth it, and it just takes a few minutes. Push everything off, sort it into a couple different bags. You can do it. We are almost there. Some more little bits of garbage, a hair elastic, and then finally I have a little plastic container with some stationery and a little dish, and the table is clear. I have my printer sitting on the chair here. So I am moving that out. And now it's time to clear off the floor underneath the table. I have a cord, which I think I already moved once before, so that is not good, but we're getting it now. I have lots of random little bits I'm throwing in the garbage. Pieces of paper I don't need anymore. This is the extension cord I use to plug in my printer and my Cricut. I'm adding that into a bag and then throwing out a bunch more stuff, including a paper plate and some paper. That was my camera bag I put on my chair. Then I'm gathering up some loose ends, including a couple things you've seen before, like the notebooks and the heart wreath form. This room definitely needs a good sweep after everything is out of here. This is what the room is looking like, totally cleared out. It's a miracle. This is the other side of the room. I still have to take down the pegboard and the shelf, but everything is all clean. The floor is empty. Thank you so much for joining me as I cleaned out my craft room today. I am so happy we got it all done and everything is out of there. Now I'll be heading to IKEA, Michaels, and the dollar store to get some different furniture pieces and organization materials. And we are going to be putting the craft supplies back into the room in hopefully a much more organized fashion. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.